Hi everyone. In the previous video we spoke about how we can find out if a number is odd or even using the modulus operator. In this video we continue to do the same, but we are going to be using the AND bitwise operator. So I just need to make a few changes to this program such that I only have one version, and so we have a number, no longer needing this one and that. One thing I wanted to do, this was actually, I meant for this to have a value that then we just return either odd or even. Okay, so a bit of a refresher. If this was a value of 1, 1 is true, meaning it's an odd number. If it gave us a remainder of 0, 0 is actually false, so that's an even number. So to just run a program, now we have 8 is an even number, and if I said 7, then that's an odd number. So it works like we want it to. Let's create another function. I'm going to define this function with the same starting name, but I'm just going to say and I'll pass a number as a parameter, and yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to use the AND bitwise operator to return if this value is, if the value entered, or if the numbers entered by the user is true, is even or false, is even or odd, sorry. Okay, so we can test this. We can say if a number and 1, okay, and remember if this is if 0 is false and 1 is true. Okay, if this is the case, if a number and 1, then we'll say, and then again I can have the same thing over here. And I can say result is odd, and also return results. And now I can just repeat these steps. But just call this function instead. So it should work pretty much the same. So 7, it's odd. For both functions, it's working the same. But 8 is returning an even. But what happened here? How did this work? Okay, now just a bit of a refresher. If I pass the value, if the user say the user enters the value of 7, what is the binary representation of 7? So let's just do this. I can say the binary digit of 0, 0, 0, 0 is actually 0. And I can repeat the same. If I turn this value on, so that's 1, this is actually 1. How do we just represent this? So I can say the binary value is, so the first digit is 1. This represents 1, this represents 2, this represents 4, and this represents 8, and so on. But I'm only going to show it on a smaller scale. So if this value is 1, that's actually going to give us 1. So now I can do all the way to 8 and show you what we can have. So if this is turned on, but that's off, that's actually 2. And how do we represent 3? Okay, so 3 is both of 2 and 1 turned on. And how do we represent 4? 4 is actually that second, or this one. So that's, and the others are both off. Oops, I'm writing somewhere different. It should be here. Okay, and if I want to represent number 5, then it's both 4 and 1 turned on. And if I want to represent the value of 6, 6 is actually both of these, but the first digit being turned off, and 7, and I hope you are following with me and not totally lost, but remember to compare the value with this one. So if I have the first 3 digits turned on, so that's 4 plus 2 plus 1, that gives us a 7. And so number 8, and number 8 is actually 1 and everything turned off. Okay, so in saying that, we can now understand how this works. So let's go down here, and assuming we have passed the value 7. So the 7 is actually, the binary representation of 7 is this one, and 1, this is 1, and another comment. Let's now compute the result. So 1 and 1 is true, so that's 1. 1 and 0 is 0 because it's false. 1 and 0 is false, so that's also 0. 0 and 0 is false, so that's also 0. Okay, which means this is equal to 1 because that's also what is represented in binary equivalent to 1, which is true. Okay, so if the value is true, then we say it's odd, otherwise we say it's even. Okay, so that's how this is working. Let's give it another shot. 29, both functions are returning, assuming this was 29, but what I'm doing here, that's for the value 7. Okay, so just to be a bit specific, for value 7, or if a number is equal to 7. Just an explanation for that. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.